insights and perspectives. Thank you. Ms. Divyani Ghosh, Distinguished Fellow at Niti Aayog and Chief Architect of the Niti Frontier of Tech Hub, your pioneering leadership is shaping India's digital technology landscape and continues to inspire all of us. Shri Sudeep Srivastava, Joint Secretary, Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, your strategic leadership in advancing AI at the national level is truly remarkable. We applaud your guidance in organizing the India AI Summit taking place 16th to 20th February in New Delhi. Ms. Deshmukh, Chairperson of the CII HB Center for AI and Senior Vice President Managing Director HB, thank you for supporting the center, through which thousands of MSMEs have already been trained and for major new initiative being launched to skill 1 lakh students on AI. Mr. Garg, Chairman CII Regional NR on Startups and Managing Director Progressive Infotech, your work in nurturing startups and fostering innovation is essential to building vibrant AI ecosystem. Today's pre-summit, structured around the theme AI for All, driving equitable growth and societal good, is part of a wider series of engagements between CII and the Ministries of Electronics and IT to ensure that the industry perspectives are strongly represented at the India AI Summit. Our shared objective is simple and ambitious: to build an India-centric AI model that is inclusive, globally competitive, and grounded in trust. Around the world, countries are keeping AI at the heart of their growth strategies. The most successful approaches are human-centered. They use digital tools to address everyday needs, quality healthcare, safer mobility, stronger public services, and community well-being. Japan's society demographic challenges, particularly in its rapid population. AI-enabled solutions are being deployed across elder healthcare in general, mobility to enhance independence, safety, and quality life for senior citizens. Another example is Singapore, demonstrating how AI can be leveraged to strengthen urban governance, traffic management, public safety, supported by strong data governance frameworks and national digital skill initiatives that help ensure these benefits remain inclusive and accessible to all. On the other hand, India has shown what is possible at a population scale. A World Bank prepared G20 document acknowledges that India achieved over 80% financial inclusion in just 6 years, a progress driven by digital identity, Jan Dhan accounts, and mobile connectivity, a leap that otherwise may have taken 5 decades. Building on this foundation and on integrated digital public rails such as UPI, our next task is to extend this architecture to trusted, multilingual, privacy-preserving, and interoperability solutions accessible to every citizen, to every enterprise, and the state. For a nation of India's scale, the question is not whether AI will transform our economy, which it undoubtedly will. The real question is whether this transformation will be equitable, trustable, and inclusive, whether it will elevate the lives of our citizens across geographies and sectors, whether it will create safer roads, expand access to healthcare, enable frictionless credit, empower our youth with globally relevant skills. This is why the direction we set today must be guided by absolutely clear, shared principles, ensuring that growth remains inclusive and societal good stays at the center of innovation. Through these pre-summit engagements and our partnership with Ministry of Electronics, Information Technology, we can co-create a globally competitive AI ecosystem that is inclusive, enterprise-driven, and workforce-ready. With collective commitment and a constant focus on outcomes for people, access, affordability, safety, and trust, we will turn the vision for AI for all into a lived reality, driving equitable growth, stronger social well-being, and ensuring that technology becomes a true equalizer, not a divider. Let us remember a guiding truth: technology advances when everyone rises with it. Thank you very much, and I look forward to meaningful discussions and impacts from this pre-summit.
Thank you, Mrs. Singh. Now it's my honor to welcome Shri Abhishek Singh, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, CEO, India AI, who has joined us virtually today. Okay, so he has not yet joined. We'll proceed further. I'd like to welcome Ms. Ipshita Das Gupta to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you. Honorable guests, Dr. Pallavi Jain Govil, Joint Secretary Srivastav, Anjali, Devjani, Prateek, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us here today. It's a privilege for HP to co-host this India AI Impact Pre-Summit event on the theme of AI for all, driving equitable growth and societal good, as Anjali just mentioned. We as Indians, we have a distinctive relationship with technology. We don't merely adopt innovation. We democratize it and we adapt it to be what we need it to be. We don't scale it for a few, we redesign it for the many. We witnessed this with UPI, which didn't just modernize payments. We empowered a street vendor in a tier 3 city to be able to participate in the formal economy. We saw it with digital public infrastructure, where population scale systems became platforms for innovation. And today, we're witnessing the same transformation with artificial intelligence. For India, AI is not a digital upgrade. It's a generational leap. The data tells us a powerful story. Globally, AI adoption stands at roughly 69%. In India, nearly 9 out of 10 organizations, that's 89%, have already made AI mission critical. India today contributes 16% of the world's AI talent, and our AI skilled workforce is growing 3 times faster than the global average. On track to reach 1 million professionals this year. What is a $13 billion market today, $13 billion market today, will be a $130 billion opportunity by 2032. This is not incremental growth. This is an opportunity for a structural shift in India's economic DNA. And importantly, this momentum now has been clearly recognized at the highest levels of policy. We saw this in the budget just a few days ago when the Honorable Finance Minister announced on February 1st and underscored AI as a central driver for India's next growth cycle, calling out widespread AI adoption and large-scale skilling as national imperatives, even using the example of using AI for farmers. The message is clear. India's AI journey is no longer optional. It's foundational. But every success brings new challenges. While large enterprises are sprinting ahead, nearly 63% of India's workforce still lacks the specific AI-ready skills required to thrive in this new reality. It's not a technology gap, it's an access gap. And that gap represents India's greatest opportunity. Actually, it represents our greatest opportunity collectively in this room. At the CII HP Center for AI, our principle is simple. AI's real economic impact will be determined not only by how advanced technology becomes, but how widely it is deployed and how effectively it is used. Productivity gains, workforce preparedness, and inclusive growth depends more on the diffusion of practical AI tools into the hands of entrepreneurs, students, public servants, and frontline workers. In fact, when CB and I first talked about building this AI center, our conversation was about driving adoption, not about innovation. There are plenty of people working on innovation. There are plenty of people working on regulation. But we have not thought deeply enough and widely enough about what adoption needs to look like. for a country that is at our scale. So let me now talk about where most of that scale sits in the commercial sector. MSMEs form the backbone of India's economy, yet they often lack access to three critical enablers: compute power, localized data sets, and applied AI expertise. Through the AI immersion workshops that we've already been doing over the last year, 10,000 MSMEs across 20 cities have been in immersion sessions on how to use AI, helping them move beyond experimentation to real-world use cases. But we can't just hand over technology. So what we've been trying to do is bring together industry context, domain understanding, and cutting-edge technology expertise to solve real problems, whether it's in education, manufacturing, healthcare, retail, or logistics. Because democratization is not about distribution alone. It has to be usable, it has to create outcomes, and it has to be relevant. I often say this: India is not preparing for the future of work. India is the future of work. While the world sees AI as here to replace, in India, countless surveys have shown that we see AI serving us, which is distinctly different. The optimistic view we have on AI is tremendously different from the rest of the world. We're moving from being a nation of coders to a nation of prompters, problem solvers, and decision makers. The future belongs to AI-augmented professionals where machines handle repetitive data and humans can focus on creativity, judgment, empathy, and leadership. Our mission is to ensure that every Indian can extract more value from their devices and deliver to the world. Because when productivity scales with purpose, prosperity follows. India's AI journey is unique because it's rooted in value, scale, and societal impact. The AI solutions we design for 1.4 billion people will not remain local innovations. They will become a global blueprint. We see this clearly in education, where AI-driven personalized learning breaks the limitations of a single classroom or a single teacher. Imagine a child walking into an AI lab in a government school and being able to ask a physics or a math question that is confusing them in 4 different languages and having it explained to them by an AI teacher or mentor over and over again in different forms or different simplified versions and creating an understanding. We see it in healthcare, where AI can empower over 600,000 general physicians with decision support tools, acting as a first line of defense in complex areas like oncology and diagnostics. Imagine GPs in rural areas or tier 2, tier 3 cities being able to identify cancer before it becomes too difficult to treat. This is AI not as automation, but AI as access, not as disruption, but as dignity. As technology leaders, this is our moment of responsibility. We cannot shape the future if we do not invest in it today. I'm proud to share a very important milestone. Today, before this audience, we are launching Dreams Unlocked, Building an AI-Ready India. It's a national AI skilling initiative with CII, with curriculum developed in collaboration with IIT Madras. This program will skill over 100,000, 1 lakh STEM students with a curriculum which ensures that young talent enters the workforce, not just as employable, but future ready and among the leading, most capable AI experts. India stands at a defining inflection point. If the last decade was about digital inclusion, the next decade will be about intelligent inclusion. Let's move decisively from aspiration to execution, from pilot projects to population scale impact, from AI in pockets to AI for all. Together, let's not just participate in the global AI race, let's win it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Das Gupta. Now, I would request our guest of honors and other dignitaries to come together and grace this occasion by launching a video on Skilling the Youth on AI by Center for AI powered by HP, Dreams Unlocked, Building an AI-Ready India, which is a structured online learning program designed to empower over 1 lakh students across India with future-ready skills in artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and generative AI. I request all the dignitaries to please, and it's my honor to request Dr. Pallavi Jain Govil to kindly launch the video.
Here to finance, from manufacturing to education, AI is transforming how we work, think, and innovate. And the question is no longer if AI will impact your career, but how prepared are you to faster than ever before. Artificial intelligence is no longer the future, it is the present. From healthcare to finance, from manufacturing to education, AI is transforming how we work, think, and innovate. And the question is no longer if AI will impact your career, but how prepared are you for it? India stands at the edge of a historic opportunity. A young nation with bold ambitions and a future driven by technology. But to lead in the age of AI, we must do more than adopt new tools. We must build new skills. We must create awareness. And most importantly, we must prepare our students for the workforce of tomorrow. That's why the CII Center for AI, in partnership with HP, presents a national skilling initiative, Dreams Unlocked, Building an AI-Ready India. A structured online learning program designed to empower over 1 lakh students across India with future-ready skills in artificial intelligence. This program builds strong foundations in Python programming, data analysis, machine learning models, and responsible use of generative AI tools. With hands-on learning, real-world case studies, and a flexible, self-paced LMS format, students don't just learn, they apply, practice, and grow. It is a movement to prepare India's youth for an AI-powered future. Dreams Unlocked, Building an AI-Ready India. Step into the world of AI.
Thank you. Now it's my honor to welcome Shri Abhishek Singh, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, CEO India AI, who has joined us virtually today. Sir, could we request you to say a few words? Thank you.
Thanks a lot, and in fact, first and foremost, I regret that because of certain meetings in Methi, I am not able to join in person, but my colleague Sudeep is there and he will be giving the complete insight with regard to the topic on AI for all, driving equitable growth and societal good. And I first congratulate CII and the whole team for convening this pre-summit event just 10 days before we are going to have the main summit. And as you all must be aware, this pre-summit events and the partnership that we have with industries particularly and with CII and all partner companies leading the way, we have been able to really take this summit to another level. There is a lot of buzz to the extent that we are currently overwhelmed with the number of requests that we are getting for sessions, for speakers, for participation at the whole summit. So I'll just touch briefly on the where we are. The summit, of course, finalized from 16th to 20th. We are expecting lots of global partnership, almost 20 heads of state, almost 60 other ministers, the top CEOs from all the companies, the top researchers from across the world will be there. And the agenda that has been curated is also something which goes beyond the usual summits. The summit is not going to be a talking shop that many conferences end up to be, but it's a very curated agenda around the 3 pillars of people, planet, progress. and the 7 themes or chakras that we had selected. And in a way, it centers around the theme that you have also chosen today, that how AI can drive equitable growth and societal good. And for a country like India, it has a tremendous significance. We have all been seeing how AI is impacting all sectors. And if I may add, given that there's a lot of IT participation in today's event, that just yesterday's events, like the way the Claude's coding agent is impacting major IT companies, including our own service companies, with regard to how they will navigate as we move forward. So given that AI contributes so much to our economic growth and so much to our GDP and so much to our employment and per capita income, we need to see how best we can leverage this. We are known as a tech garage for the world. We are known as the IT service provider for the world. But going ahead, when our entry-level software engineers are competing with $20 bots, how do we position ourselves? How do we ensure that these tools that are there available today, whether from Anthropic or whether from any other platform, they are seen as a add-on to the coding agents or the human software agents that we have? And how can we ensure that our software developers become better versions of themselves, how they can become what the whole world is looking for, the so-called forward deployment engineers? And can we try to ensure that we become the primary country to source services for AI transformation? Can we become the prime service providers for agentic AI? Can we become the prime service providers as we move into physical AI? This will require a lot of thinking. This will require a lot of augmenting skills. This will require building capacities into our existing engineers. It was some foresight that we set up the Future Skills Prime portal in partnership with NASSCOM around 5 years ago, and now the platform will have greater use as we move forward. In addition, all our software companies will need to build on this capacity. That do we rely on a Cursor AI or a GitHub Copilot, or should we build our own coding agent, especially with our major companies like TCS, Infosys having so much of coding expertise accumulated over all the years? Can we build up a coding agent which is in-house, which is not dependent on, which does not end up in transferring our capability to foreign service providers, to the foreign agents? That's something that as the industry, as a community, as the government, we need to mull over in order to ensure that we retain our advantage when it comes to AI skilling and when it comes to providing AI services. The other part is also about social good, as mentioned here. AI has a great potential to offer services in the key sectors of healthcare, of education, of agriculture, become a big tool for ensuring we take action for climate change, and we kind of use AI to boost our manufacturing skill sets. So even something like robotics, we might sometimes think that for a country of our size and magnitude, we do not need to invest in robotics. But the way the world is going to need robots in the days to come, we can think of setting up a robotics manufacturing unit, and capacity in that field. Because I seriously believe that within the next 3 to 5 years, just like every family thinks of having a car, especially in the West, given their demographic situation and all, they might think of having a automated assistant in the form of a robot or something. So can these robotics manufacturing units be set up in India? Can we become the prime service provider for that sector? So these are some of the things that will lead to a lot of economic growth, a lot of social good. How do we ensure that we play a big role in providing AI services, AI applications? So these are some of the themes that will be addressed, of course, during the summit. But as we move forward, as part of the India AI Impact Summit, what we believe is that while summit is a milestone, but that's not an end in itself. The agenda that we are trying to set up, as AI as a kinetic enabler for economic growth, as a prime driver in our quest for moving onwards to a Viksit Bharat goal, as a tool for helping improve efficiency, productivity, outputs, and ensuring that per capita incomes goes up, trying to lay down the roadmap for moving from a $4 trillion to $30 trillion economy. So what are the actionable points that we need to take within the government? What are the actionable points that the industry needs to take, and how we can move forward? That's something that we need to work on together. We have had some major announcements in the union budget. like for the data center expansion. So the data center expansion, the tax exemption that has been given, the simplification of the safe harbor rules which have been done, what it will lead to, we already have been seeing investments by major companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, but as we move forward, we will come out as the data center capital for the world. We can have the potential to becoming the inferencing capital of the world, that all inferencing work that happens in India, and that will ensure that we get strategic advantage in development and deployment and diffusion of AI services. And when that happens, and along with the AI talent that we have, we can surely invest in more GCCs and AI service provider or companies. Startups will have great opportunity in building these services. So that's the roadmap that we need to work on. That's the pathway that we need to work on. And I'm sure the thoughts that will be shared by the experts who have gathered here today will help us in conceptualizing this roadmap, in conceptualizing this way forward for India as a whole. So I once again congratulate CII for organizing this conclave, and I'm sure the experts who have come here today, many of you will be joining the AI Summit in February. Those of you who can't join in person can join virtually also, because the sessions will be broadcast live. I know the venue has a limited capacity, so we'll be able to accommodate only as many as we can, but we look forward to continuing this dialogue, continuing this engagement, and get the industry inputs as we finalize our strategy for the years to come. Thank you once again for organizing this. It is a pleasure, and I am sure my colleague Sudeep will be adding further details with regard to what all we are doing in this direction. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your words, which have truly inspired us and provided valuable perspective on the importance of innovation and leadership. Now, I would like to welcome Mr. Sudeep Srivastav to deliver the special address.
Good morning, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, participants in today's deliberation, those who are physically present and also those who are in virtual mode. I am delighted to be here at this official pre-summit event where CII HP initiative to skill 1 lakh college students in foundational AI and ML is being launched. As Abhishek sir was just stating, that there is a conference that is about to happen in 2 weeks from now, and that conference is the first of its kind in Global South. It will not only showcase India's prowess in AI, but will also establish India as leader of Global South in AI. India launched AI mission in March 24 with intent to make India AI ready. This India AI mission has got 7 pillars. First pillar is India AI Compute mission. The AI India Compute basically intends to have our own compute infrastructure and to provide compute as service. Second is India AI Innovate Center, in which we are developing our own foundational models. Third is India AI data set. We have made an AI core where the data is being kept. Fourth is India AI application. So in India AI application, we are having the use cases from various end users and developing solution for those use cases. Then in India AI future skills, which pertains to the today's agenda where we are having skilling more people, that is being tried. Then we have got India AI startup financing that is being done. And lastly, safe and reliable AI, which is very critical for having ethical and contextualized use of AI in India. This mission has already started showing results. We have got one of the cheapest rates of compute power that's available in this country. For some of the compute, it is even as low as 65 rupees per GPU hour, which is maybe the lowest in the world, or if not the lowest, one of the lowest in that case. Also, in India AI mission, now we have 12 startups that have come up and they are developing indigenous foundation models. Some of them will be demonstrated in the course of this upcoming global summit. As for the global summit, as Abhishek sir was telling, that the prime focus is people, planet and progress. And then we have got 7 working groups. These 7 working groups basically are going to have a discussion on various vectors like AI for a democratic setup, AI for social good, AI for economic growth, safe and reliable AI. And through these 7 chakras and the 3 sutras, we are going to at least try to achieve what has been the philosophy of India's thought process, which is Sarvjan Hitay, Sarvjan Sukhay, which is welfare for all and happiness for all. So this is what we are going to showcase in 2 weeks from now, for which I would like to welcome all of you. And as Abhishek sir said, that there can be a space constraint, but definitely through a virtual mode, all can be participants, and maximum participation through physical mode would also be desirable. Now coming to the today's event which is being conducted. So as I was stating that there are 7 pillars, of which one is the India AI future pillar. In that we are building a continuum of AI learning opportunities from school to workplace through initiatives such as Yuva AI for All under the National AI Literacy Program, which aims to empower 1 crore citizens with foundational knowledge on AI via short, accessible, multilingual online modules followed by a certificate on completion. We are not only offering foundational courses but also curating advanced skilling pathways in areas such as data science, responsible AI, and generative AI. Deliver on platforms like Future Skills Prime, iGot Karmyogi, and other ed tech platforms so that learner can seamlessly progress from basic literacy to job-ready competence. India AI is also establishing 570 data and AI labs across Tier 2 and Tier 3 locations in the country to democratize access to learning and prepare learners for jobs in data economy. More than 350 locations have already been identified and 30 labs already operationalized, which are primarily the NILET centers. This launch aligns directly with the India's rising global profile in AI talent. As we all know that for AI readiness index, now we are in the top 3 in the world. Also, India, when it comes to AI skill penetration, we are leading. In talent concentration, we are leading. So the collaboration with CII and HP exemplifies our strategy of industry-led government-enabled skilling, where curriculums, labs, mentorship and internships are co-designed with employees to ensure that 1 lakh students trained through this program are aligned to the real roles in emerging AI sectors. We all know that 19th century was the century of UK. 20th century was the century of US. The first quarter of this century indicates that maybe China is leaving. But India has the wherewithal to turn the tide and make 21st century as the century of India. So with this hope, I wish the organizers all the best. The discussions in this workshop will be very helpful in taking things forward, and I once again invite all of you to the upcoming global conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to welcome and request Ms. Devjani Ghosh to deliver the special address, who has also joined us virtually. Over to you, ma'am.
Hi, thank you. Good morning, everyone. All the dignitaries on stage, everyone in room. I hope I can be heard.
Yes.
Okay, I'm taking that for a yes. I'm going to kick off where Abhishek sort of ended by talking about job one from an AI perspective for India is to ensure we deliver outcome. The infrastructure build out for us is a means to that end. It is very, very important. It's a very important means to the end. But it's not just about building the infrastructure, but it is about ensuring that we make the infrastructure work for us. We ensure that it results in accelerated economic growth and I think hand in hand, accelerated societal development. I mean, we have to think of both in parallel. And when you think about that, I think there are sort of 2 different parts of the story. The first half of the story is, do we have the right infrastructure? Do we have the right solutions? Are we able to develop indigenous solutions that reflects the diversity, the richness of our culture, of our population? I mean, that's one part of the story, and that is very important to get done. But the second half of the story is what most countries are not thinking enough about. And that's who all are actually skilled or able, have the abilities to use these solutions to ultimately benefit from it. You know, if you think about the AI race, it's an incredibly long race, it's a never ending race, right? I think it's one of those infinite races that we will continue to participate in where there is no finishing goal, but it's all about who adapts faster than the others. And I think that race will be won by how widely skills are distributed across our population. How many students, how many workers, how many supervisors, how many entrepreneurs, how many housewives, how many district level enterprises, how many government officials can put AI to work with confidence, with responsibility, with accountability to ensure that they are unlocking its full potential. So when you break all of this down, skilling cannot be the side agenda or something that's good to do. I think skilling has to become the central pillar of India's AI playbook. It is that key that will ultimately unlock the pathways to impact. And that's why in the recent Union budget announcements, one of the things that I was really thrilled to hear about was the announcement of the High-Powered Education to Employment and Enterprise Standing Committee that would look at the entire end-to-end AI skill ecosystem as part of its charter, among other things, but that's going to be a key focus. And I think that's absolutely needed. We need to have that end-to-end approach to skilling in India. Once again, I'll say that, AI will transform India only when we humans are ready to use it to transform our day-to-day lives. Very, very simple. AI is just a tool. It is the enabler. I know we romanticize it a lot, we humanize it a lot, but at the end of the day, it is us, humans, who are accountable, who are responsible for using it. And if majority of us are able to use it, then AI for all becomes a reality. It moves from a slogan to actually a system and ultimately impact. And as we are unpacking this truth, I think there's a parallel truth or related truth that emerges. And that's when you're talking about inclusive growth in India, inclusive growth needs MSMEs to lead. And this is a sector we often, all of us are aware of its importance, but we often sort of either forget or we do not put enough focus on it. And once again, that was the other highlight for me in the budget, was a focus on MSME champions. I think all of us know that this is the lead employment engine, this is the lead growth engine in our economy, and we call it the backbone of Indian economy. This is, our supply chain. It's not our backbone. It's the mobility ladder. Think about it. It's the mobility ladder for millions and millions of Indians, because this is where employment is happening. If productivity rises anywhere in this sector, it will impact millions. And therefore, the ability of AI to unlock productivity matters the most for this sector. But that said, the reality is we still have a very large number of MSMEs, especially the small and micro companies, that lack the know-how, that lack the tools, that lack the guidance in figuring out how they should embark on this journey of digital transformation. And it is with that in mind, again, CII had come out with a brilliant initiative called DX Edge, which was aimed at the digital transformation of this sector at scale. And I still remember when Sujit came and presented this at NITI Aayog to us, um, you know, first meeting we jumped on it and said, we have to make this happen. We have to make this happen. This has to become a reality. And very soon we got tremendous support from MSME department, from AICTE, because the idea behind Digital Edge is not just to say, hey, we need to go and skill MSMEs. We identified the root cause. And the root cause was there is no sustainable ecosystem that will drive the transformation of this sector. You cannot have companies coming in doing, a one-shot skilling and then moving away. You need to handhold. And that is what was missing. So what DX Edge does, it's a very unique initiative, and I'm sure Sujit will talk about it later. It creates the ecosystem by working with academia in tier 2, tier 3 cities to train their students to go and work with the MSMEs to help them diagnose their problems, their opportunities, how will technology help them, how can they integrate, what solutions, etc., etc. I mean, think of it, it's a virtuous cycle, a win-win cycle. Students get real exposure, future-ready skills. AICT gives them credit for the work they do, the internships that they do with MSMEs. MSMEs get affordable and trusted digital advisors, people who really understand the digital natives, who understand technology, are working with them hands-on to figure out how they should figure out their technology plans. And if you add all of this together, India gains productivity, resilience, and global edge. So it's like the perfect combination of all the different pieces that comes together. And thanks to the help of AICT to provide credits, thanks to industry partners who are coming in, this can become a sustainable, resilient ecosystem that will stay with the MSME segment and continue to work with them to drive that transformation. So therefore, today's launch of Skilling the Youth on AI, I think is a brilliant initiative, because this is what will grow the pipeline for building the widespread capabilities, the mindset that can then fuel into building these change agents, the digital change agents all over the country. Today for MSMEs, today it could be for many more sectors. So congratulations to CII, HP, and I do hope that many more companies will come forward to join this movement. There's this popular saying, right, that it takes a village to grow a child. I think it takes all of us, government, industry, academia, startups, everyone to come together and work as one, work as Team India if we have to realize the ambition of Viksit Bharat. And I don't think it should be a if. I think this is one of those things we must do. Failure should not be an option. And this is where the vision will come true when there is collaboration. And when there is an understanding that this is not just about incremental accelerated growth, but this is about basic reimagination of the country sector by sector. And MSMEs have to be the lead engine of this reimagination. And at the heart of the reimagination, I think lies just one word: skills. And that's what we really have to bring back the focus on. So congratulations again, Sujit and team, for organizing this wonderful event to get everyone to talk about skills, and for the launch of the program. Hope to see it scale and create real impact. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ghosh, for joining us today. Now, moving forward, I would like to welcome Dr. Pallavi Jain Govind to deliver the special address. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning. This is Anjali Singh ji, Pratik ji, Sudeep Shrivastava ji, Ichita ji, and Sujit ji, and all the esteemed guests who joined us today virtually and in person. A very good morning to all of you. I think it's very timely that the pre-summit event of AI for All has been hosted today with the collaborate with CII acting as the hosts for this. And I was a little surprised because Abhishek had come to me a few weeks back, and we were talking about how to make the mission of the AI education for the masses to reach everyone, and how my department through Youth Affairs can help them achieve this goal in the best manner possible. And so this is a timely sort of event where one can devote some more time and thought on how to actualize this thought process. I will not go into the disruptive proposition that AI presents before us today, except that it brings to mind my own education when we used to talk about Schumpeter's theory of creative destruction. And we see that in industry all the time, that new industries give way to, so old industries give way to new ones. And there's always a churn in the sector because of new ideas, new thoughts, more attuned to aspirations and demands which take center stage. And that's what I think we are witnessing today. The demographics have been spoken about by Ipsita, and we know that if we are to achieve this mission of this transformative AI changes taking center stage in our lives, whether it is the lives of, whether it is the sphere of education, whether it is sphere of skilling, whether it is manufacturing jobs, whether it is industrial avenues of any kind of service sector, we need a population which is on its toes, which is updated with the information technology advances. And belonging to a family of techies, I am surrounded by all of this, and therefore every day I make sure that along with my morning tea, I do read the business papers, not just for the economy part, but more specifically for the advances in technology. And so therefore, when I read about the disruptive presence of Anthropic, or when I read about agentic AI, it is actually for somebody who considers herself to be a well-educated, quite a task to be able to grasp it all, and at least in what I seem to be in its, not even its entirety, even to just imagine to grasp the impact and the enormity of the task to us as government, to be able to provide that enabling atmosphere to industry, to be able to provide that facilitative atmosphere to the people who are not so privileged to access these changing requirements. That need and that realization gives me a few sleepless moments. So I would just like to talk to you about some initiatives that my department has been taking up of late, and I hope that industry will see the opportunity when I mention to you, and I try to make it relevant to your own requirements as well. So the Youth Affairs Department has the biggest youth engagement platform in the world today. So I say the word, I say this with some responsibility. I hope I am not wrong. I do see, in the sense that it doesn't, I'm not talking about commercial platforms. Amazon could be a platform for youth also in some sense. No, I say it in the form of the services that we provide to youth in the country. So we have over 20 million youth currently engaged with us, and this number grows every day. And whenever we create a new opportunity for youth, it jumps. We see a jump in membership. We realize that the platform is created for a two-way interaction for youth to see opportunities in wide areas of the economy as well as society. And we also see as a means of outreach and bringing to them what the government wants them to know. But as a two-way process, we democratize the budget process. Many of you would have heard the finance minister's budget. It's industry, so all of you would have heard the finance minister's budget. And in her opening remarks, she spoke about the Bharat Young Leaders Dialogue and how the voices of youth actually informed and shaped the budget which has been presented last week. Now, this was a very, or rather this week, so this was a very strong testimonial on the power of the Viksit Bharat Young Leaders Dialogue, something that my department has launched, and which is meant to engage youth from all over the country to hear and read their views about a host of issues which affect every aspect of our lives. And then we collate them and summarize all these views together for the policymakers at the toppest top, for them to hear, to interact, to think about it, and then just to see where to take the country forward in line with the aspirations that the youth articulate. So I think this is a great opportunity for industry to also put forward what they want, whether they want to. So let me give you a recent example. When the SBI Foundation came on our platform and launched its opportunity for scholarships, they found a tenfold jump in the applications they receive every year. So they had a wider, better pool of applicants to choose. So there is a lot of work that we are doing which will help industry reach the right demographics that is of interest to them. We are also we've come out with a draft national youth policy where we are putting the AI, inclusive development of AI and equitable reach of AI as a centerpiece of that policy. And I would urge you all to go through it and provide us the benefit of your views so that the policy, as it takes final shape, can be much better informed and much more ownership of all aspects of society are put in that policy document. When I talk about synergizing with the India AI mission, this platform can be a very, very powerful platform to host the 100,000 skilling opportunity in AI for all. And I find myself making the claim, and I hope I will be proven right, that if you come onto this platform, I think you would reach that target too early and it will probably be too manifold. So that is the power and reach that this platform has currently, and the youth themselves are looking for meaty content. So we are looking to host that content which is as per their liking, and I think that this is very timely and this will be one of those contents which would be of great interest to the youth in our country. So I would, we're also, the UNICEF through its Yuva portal, the Unlimit Me, various other organizations, they're all collaborating with us. I would like to make a specific mention of the collaboration that CII has had with us when the youth department hosted the Y20 all over the country, and the collaboration that CII Young Indians has with the department in working for the youth through various industry initiatives. And we are in the process of sending out letters, but since I'm here today, I thought I'll make a mention of it, that with corporate affairs, we're reaching out to industry. That industry also does, I mean, not also, but does a lot of volunteering and CSR activities which directly impact youth. And I think that we can offer to you this platform where your initiatives can have a very broad outreach, can have a lot of visibility, especially in those regions where you have limited reach, or where other forms of commercial platforms have limited reach. So we offer this to you to collaborate with us, and we would be very happy to support you in these efforts. I again thank you for this initiative that CII has taken. I appreciate this effort, and I hope we can look forward to very collaborative work together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your insightful words. Now, I would like to welcome Mr. Prateek Garg, Chairman CII Regional Committee Northern Region on Startups and Managing Director, Progressive Infotech, for the vote of thanks. Over to you,